Hi, everyone. All right. It is, oh gosh, it's around 9:45. Do you know where your animals are? I actually want to show you guys my front porch because, when I got home from Korea, I think jet lag hit me in a real subtle way. And then, of course, there was just just tiredness from travel. And then there was the re-entry from, traveling with pretty much mostly just like a purse and a little backpacky type of thing to the real weight of this 5 acres and this big giant house. So here's my house. Let's see. So that's from the left side. And there's the front. Here we go. And then, of course, my divorce went through on June 10th. And I really, really, really thought that it was almost guaranteed that the house would be sold. So while I was gone, I actually spent, I spent a little bit over $1,000 of my own money paying my housemate at the time to finish painting one wall of the house that is super tall. And when I painted the house in the summer after my mom died, that was the one wall that I just was like, I can't tackle this. I don't do good on ladders. And it's actually because of my knee. So he got up there and I really was like, okay, chances are really good. Everyone told me the house is going to sell. And instead I come home and it's my beautiful home is now fully my responsibility. And I have probably, 6 months to a year where I have to figure out how to have enough income to take care of this. Anyway, so a bit of overwhelm at first, but I think the jet lag has subsided and I've been sleeping pretty good. I'm working, I do this thing which I did for the last 28 years pretty much while being pregnant and having kids and all that. And I'll talk about that a little bit later because I think one of the curse of the homemaker in the modern world is that no one thinks that we are doing enough, including ourselves. And most people I know who are homemakers, unless they have a really healthy and supportive husband in particular and extended family, society as a whole generally thinks that we're sort of had this one person put it to me this way, your husband did the real work. He brought in the money and all you did was spend it. The irony being that if I had left our home to go work for strangers in order to earn cash, and then I also had the job of using my cash and my husband's cash to pay for house cleaners and landscapers and nannies and tutors and a personal chef and a personal shopper and, people to do all the things that I spent every minute of my life doing, then I would be seen as a successful career woman. I'm like, okay, fine. But anyways, so I've been doing the same thing since I got home, which is just go, 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 go. And it's okay. I'm working through and realizing that, my job is to figure out how to have balance, how to not be burning at both ends, to not, all that. But of course, there's this value that comes from working your butt off, and that's that things get better fast. And so I just wanted to show you guys my front porch because this was a giant mound of rocks that was about 1.5 feet higher than what you're going to see in a minute. the chickens would get in there scratching around. The rocks would fall down all over the flat part of the front porch patio area. And there were a bunch of sticks that had been thrown that were, people would go hiking, they find a beautiful stick and they bring it home, or they go to the beach, like, oh, look at this driftwood. So there were sticks everywhere trying to stop the chickens from digging through the rocks, but that wasn't working very well. So yesterday I'm like, and my son, who lives at home right now while he's been saving money and now starting his business, he would come home and be like, Mom, this is so frustrating. We don't want rocks all over the place. Why don't you fix this? I'm like, okay. So I did. And it looks brilliant. So I'm going to share it with you guys. Project 1 of 3 of yesterday. Okie doke. So here we go. So there's the front door. And then my son's business, of course, is a strawberry related business. So I saw that at Thriftway. And our old mat was super gross and dirty. So look at that. And then look at that. So when we moved here, there was a little bit of gravel, just industry gravel. This is a bunch of beautiful rocks brought home by the family over the years. And then I actually added this. If you can see this 4x4, I added this. So initially that wasn't even there. And the big rocks, there you go. And of course I pressure washed the ground. So look at how pretty it is. I just hope my son appreciates this. And I have a couple of rooms coming available for housemates. So now I feel a little bit better inviting someone over. When they walk up, it looks, gosh, it has been like years of looking horrible. Okie doke, so it's almost 10 a.m. Do you know where your animals are? My animals are all locked up except for the cats. And I'm going to let all the chickens out now and let Dobby out and get going with my day. And I'm sad. I just drove my housemate to the ferry and he's heading to the airport and he's leaving the country and I'm not sure exactly where he's going, somewhere in Europe. And I really hope that all of the... Oh yes, if it was the 1300s, I'd be saying, I really hope that all the kings and princes and counts and nobles and whatnot would stop abusing all of their villagers and farmers and people and stop with their wars. So to those few of you, a little handful of people who are sitting around deciding that you want Russia to be in a war with mostly Western Europe and I guess the USA, and you decided that weaponizing Ukraine and getting Zelensky in there so he can continue his acting career, just get over yourselves on both sides and stop the war. The planet is covered in Ukrainians who would really, really love to go home. And then there's all the beautiful children and women in Ukraine who would desperately love for their fathers and husbands and sons and brothers to not be sacrificed in something that probably has just is really such an intentionally manipulated situation. And no, it's not all Russia. And no, it's not all the European Union. And no, it's not all NATO. And it's not all the US. But really, if you were to put the people who have enough power over the situation in a room, I think probably one large ballroom in one fancy hotel could hold all of them. So, seriously, people, it's time for that war to end. All right? It's the day after 4th of July. Summer has begun here in the Pacific Northwest, specifically here on the western side of the state. It's beautiful. It's fabulous. The days are long. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.